All right, here we go. Yep, tonight we're going to try Yuengling Black and Tan. Ooh, I'm glitching. I'm glitching bad. That sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Yeah, I'm glitching pretty bad here. Thank you. Yeah, I should have reset the goddamn router. Mids, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm glitching a little bit. I'm gonna wait and flap my big ass lips for a little bit. But hey, I'm trying a Yuengling Black and Tan, which I'm not. Let's try that. There we go. It's weird. I notice it says porter and premium beer. So, if I'm not mistaken, your original Black and Tans were made with a stout, with a Guinness. So, oh, you had the Yuengling Light. Yeah. See, now that's why I titled it the way I did. That I can't believe Mosh tried this before I did, because this Black and Tan has been sitting right next to something I get all the time. I mean, it's been sitting there, and I had never tried it. I tried the Pilsner, tried the light. I drink the regular Yuengling regularly, and I never tried this, and I don't know how I ever got away with not trying this. As a matter of fact, on Mosh, on one of his streams, he tried it, which was why I put him in the title there. But it doesn't. It says America's oldest brewery, from 1829. Yeah, 1829. I didn't know Yuengling went back that far, but let's see what Pottsville, PA. It's 12 ounces. Government warns you, and you'll probably kill somebody. I don't know. But anyway, what's up, Robbie? How you doing? We're gonna do that the old stout porter glass here, which I really do. It's a pretty cool glass to drink out of. Kind of looks like a wine glass, and I can see where it's probably kind of gay looking, but good ergonomics, and it holds onto the glass, which I believe this will, judging from Mosh's stream when he did it. Oh, and it's a twist off. Yeah, it smells pretty good, man. It smells pretty good for a domestic. And I do like to drink Yuengling often. I do like the regular, and this does smell pretty good. Let's give her a. I brought the whole 12 out just because I thought it would give a little more information, but it doesn't. I don't think, other than what I already told you. Yeah, it pretty much just kind of displays the bottle throughout the whole box here. So there's no more information. So we're going to get right to it. I hope everybody's doing well this evening. It's you know what? Let's do the backdoor pour. I do like that. I do think that works. I'm going to turn the label towards you so you can see it, But yeah, I can't. I have trouble seeing the chat when I got this angle. But we're gonna throw it to the back of the glass here and see how it. There we go. Get a little bit feverish here. Get a little more head. Not too much head there. Not too much head at all. That's a little disappointing, I must say. Let's see when we drink it if it. The first or second one holds that glass like we want her to. Maybe I just didn't pull it feverishly enough. Pour it feverishly enough. I don't know, man. I don't know. But hey, I hope everybody's doing well. Once again, man, I got to give a. Yeah, have a smoke, man. Just do what you. This is American, man. Be free, dude. Once again, another week of everybody I've ever interacted with. Not just work, but I mean outside of work. Everybody that had to serve me or anything like that. Everybody's been really great. And just in case they ever get a drive-by and actually watch this, I just want to thank everybody for being so cool during this whole episode we're having, So let's try this. And I'm going to cheers to them, man, Not just you guys. I mean, cheers to you guys too, but here's to all them truckers and, you know, ambulance guys. I see a lot of ambulance guys driving around and whatnot, and, you know, the firemen, all those guys that are out on the front lines, and everybody's serving everybody that's working, that's out there, you know, kind of in the shit too. So God bless them. Interesting. Not bad. Not bad. Kind of a quick finish, but there I see it holding the glass a little bit. That's what I like. There we go. Now as we're doing it there, you know, I don't want to swish it around too much, but we got some good glass holding there by the old Black and Tan. Oh, that's good. That is good. Yeah, I might have to put that 12-pack back. I don't know how quick I'm going to be able to drink these. Like, I don't see any kind of alcohol content, or I don't see any of that anywhere. Do you get a 5-cent refund from several states? Oh, 10 cents in Michigan. Yeah, I don't see nothing. Not too much going on. I probably have to look it up, you know. There you go, Robbie. Yeah, sport. What do you do with that? You just do it straight up? I thought I remember asking. I think I forgot our conversation, but you just do that straight up, or you do the salt and the lime, or the salt and the lemon? How do you do that? Because I have done the salt and lemon. I thought that was pretty cool. It kind of makes it a pretty decent experience. Or does that make me gay because I do that? You probably just do it straight, you know. Straight. Oh, that's funny. Well, this is pretty good. You know, taste-wise, it is a. Evidently, they use a porter that they mix it with, and not a stout, which there isn't like a huge difference. So there you go. Oh, there you go. Salt lemons for pussies. That's right. Doesn't that look at the spelling? Doesn't that look weird? Pussies. It looks like wrong or something. Or is it supposed to be IE? That's even better. Cinnamon and orange. That's funny. But yeah, this isn't bad. It's not the greatest beer I ever had. You know, I probably said that. There you go. I guess it was wrong. That's why it looked wrong. But this is pretty good. You know, I'd keep it. I mean, I only drink half of it, or did I drink half of it? I don't know. It's probably close to half. Like I said, you know, being a smoker, it takes me a little bit to get my palate adjusted because it's a little weird, you know. But that's hilarious. Yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. So far, I'm kind of liking it. And I wouldn't turn this down. You know, I wouldn't be like, you know, if I'm over somebody's house, be like, hey, I got some Black and Tan. You want one? I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll have it. But I do like making my own Black and Tan better. Is that? And it's not that this isn't good. This is like mixed, you know. So it's a mix. And when you stack your Guinness like that, there's something really unique about that. And if I was to say one thing I don't like about this is like pre-mixed. And if you're topping a beer with Guinness, if you're topping a Dortmunder, if you're topping, you're making a cream of wheat, you're taking a wheat beer and topping your Guinness on that. What else is there? I'm sure there's probably a black and red. If you got some kind of Irish red beer you're drinking and you're topping it with some Guinness, because Guinness is good and it gives you that nice roasted start. and how eventually you bleed into drinking that other beer. There's something unique about that. I think I prefer, but this is good. This is like a good half porter or something like that, because it does sting of a domestic beer a little bit. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. And I think sting was probably the wrong word. Like I can taste it, like domestic lingers in it a little bit, if that makes sense. But it's actually pretty good. I think maybe it's the aftertaste, the kind of shit you get on the sides of your tongues, from a domestic beer. You drink a Coors, Yuengling, Bud Light, or whatever. You get that kind of weird, not sensation, but just kind of weird taste on the sides of your tongue. It does give you that. But it is tasty. It is portery, roasty, that whole thing. Wow. So, what the hell are we going to talk about tonight? I don't know. It's starting to get a little bit of aftertaste, a little bit of linger, and it's not bad. It is portery. It is a portery aftertaste, not necessarily that domestic side of it that I'm talking about. And it could just be imaginary because I know, it's probably a Yuengling mixed with some sort of porter, whatever their porter is, which I don't know if they have one, other than this. So it looks like I should have done some research before I got on because I thought the package and the bottle would be a little bit more explanatory, but it just says porter and premium beer. So I'm guessing the premium beer would be the Yuengling. I'm guessing the regular, not the unleaded, and some type of porter, which doesn't really necessarily get explained. But they're promoting this since 1829 thing. I don't know how long this has been out there. I don't think this has been on or around that long. But yeah, cinnamon and orange. That's funny. What am I show? What does that mean? Show? Can't show two things. Oh, Red Bull or Sprite. I didn't even see that one. But yeah, what the hell are we going to talk about tonight? I have to talk about the virus and some of the stuff that's going on. A lot of the stuff that we have learned over the last week. Obviously, you guys probably seen a lot of the footage of the people that go to these hospitals and they find out there's nobody there. We've had a lot of that stuff throughout the week. I don't think anything changed, though, at least in Ohio, that I can recollect. Any new regulations or anything like that. I think everybody's still kind of riding out the same boat. A lot of people are still working and stuff like that. All the insides of places are closed, but you can get carry out. You can get, your drive-through stuff. I'm going to check something, okay? Because I zeroed out, and I want to make sure that is right. So I didn't even get my own announcement, did I? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, now I got one. Oh, there's Rogue Dog. See, I don't see him on here. Oh, there's Rogue Dog. See, I don't see him on here. Well, that's weird. Oh, that's late. Yeah, mine's like delayed. I understand there's a discrepancy between the two, but I still don't see. Road dog. I'm incognito. Yeah, you are. That's weird. But back on the whole virus thing, we're finding out weird stuff like, see, I'm kind of fucking drawing a blank right now. With the counts, with the okay, now I see you. See, there's something. This must have been something. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? It was covering the uppers. You got me shadow banned. How are you, Rogue? It's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Here's to you. I mean, I always know the media is fucked up. I always kind of gathered that over the last decade, basically, maybe 15 years. I don't know how long I've been complaining about the media. But these whole death counts, there's weird stuff like going on, like normal deaths are going down, and they're finding in these coronaviruses things are being what would you call it, misrepresented. I saw the one doctor talking about how they test you for this COVID is actually a test for inflammation. So it's testing people positive for this corona just because it's like this generic test. Vinny, knock it off. This generic test that finds if you got inflammation or not, which you could have inflammation for a lot of different reasons, but it's going to give you a COVID positive, basically. And then we're finding out stuff like there's incentive to classify people as a COVID-19 patient. So there's all kinds of weird fucking stuff going on, really crazy shit. I'm a big incentive is good thing. I'm a big capitalist. If you got incentive, but this is pretty bad incentive here. Some of the death counts, you get hit by a car, your lungs fill up with fucking blood. You go to the hospital, they take you to the hospital, and if you test positive for COVID-19, you die in 20 minutes. They're gonna rule your death a COVID-19 death. Or is it 19? Do I even have it right? I don't fucking know. So there's all kinds of fucking weird shit going on. And boy, I've been watching some crazy shit lately. Some crazy shit. Bill Gates. Everybody's kind of hearing about Bill Gates, obviously he wants to stick a chip in everybody's ass, so we could find out whether they got fucking. Oh yeah, Dr. Fauci. Is it Fauci or? Yeah, I heard about him too. They're all fucking related. They're all intertwined in this little web, petting their cat. They took the COVID virus, that's who these fucking clowns are, Yeah, Bill Gates wanted everybody to fucking stick a chip in their ass so he could find out where they had COVID. Get out of here, you clown. Get out of here. So they could monitor you all your time, monitor you all the time with this whole COVID thing. Ugh. I don't know. I kind of watched so much stuff. It was kind of driving me crazy, to be honest with you. But, I need something to slow me down, so I'll drink this beer. Yeah, I know what you mean, Rogue. There's a lot of people I don't trust with this whole thing, especially this, you pull up your fucking YouTube, and what's the first thing that comes up is this fucking COVID-19 count, I didn't like it during the Iraq war, and I fucking especially don't like it now, this death count. You hear like Italy's like going back and revisiting and calling people that died, from COVID-19. There's all kinds of weird shit going on. That's, ultimately bad for us somehow, it's just never good, man. It's never good for us. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I thought about that too, Rogue. I don't want to chip in my ass, but they can use technology to monitor what you're doing on phones. So, and that's, you know, we're kind of okay with that. We like that Netflix knows what kind of movies we want to watch, and if you like watching this, you'll probably like watching this. I mean, that's YouTube. They all kind of do that. Um, which is hilarious. And I had messages to CeeLo about coming on tonight if he did get on. It's kind of late for him. He's an old man. He's 21. He's used to getting up and working out and wrestling, and he goes to bed early, so he's probably in bed right now. But I did want to get him on the show and rehash this um, kind of revisit some of the stuff we talked about on that first episode, um, with how our bodies work this stuff out of it naturally. And that's what this one doctor was talking about that I had sent to him, is vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D. This is what we should be concentrating on, not some of this other shit that they're sticking in our asses. And also, I'm hearing these ventilators are actually killing people. And I don't mean like they're, stuffing them down their throat or something like that, and the people at the hospitals are killing them. But I hear when you get this COVID-19, there's inflammation, like in your lungs, and there's fluids, and there's all kinds of stuff. And these ventilators add more pressure to that, and sometimes take people out, basically. And he was saying, they should be giving high doses of vitamin C and stuff like that to be working through this. But I don't know if you guys have heard, if these hospitals get a COVID-19 patient, they get 13 grand. Now, if they have to use a ventilator, they get 39 grand. And that's what I was talking about before. I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, but supposedly this is true. And I actually heard this on a Laura Ingraham clip off of this other channel, this doctor was saying. So it kind of gives, yeah, right, Rogue, right. Our bodies actually can handle a lot. It takes a lot to kill us, basically. And that's kind of what he was promoting, that should be, they should be, how many times you hear the sun's bad for you? You need the sun for fucking vitamin D and all kinds of shit. The sun's actually pretty good for you. And of course, vitamin C is, I don't know if you can overdose on vitamin C, but I'm sure if too much of it could kill you, probably, right? If water can kill you. I don't know, but some of the other shit that I was watching was really freaky stuff. And I kind of, some of them you watch with a grain of salt. Oh, so you heard about what I was talking about, the 13,000 and the 39,000. Yeah, I'm hearing that's true. So I don't know, when you got incentive to add deaths to the COVID side, it's not that it's not real. I don't want anybody to think that I don't think COVID-19 is fake. But what's kind of happened, the whole start of this thing, all the way up until now, is just really fucking suspicious of me. Now, pardon me. I need to pour another one. I gotta do another good pour. Let's do another good pour. Let's take the back door. Go a little bit more feverishly this time. Try to get a little bit better head there. Here we go. There we go. Now that's a good pour. I just need to go a little more aggressive on the pour there. Oh, that's a good looking beer, right? There we go. Yeah, that's what I heard it was, Rogue. It was 13,000 and 19,000 if they use a ventilator. Or did I say that right? No, 13,000 and 39,000 if they get a ventilator. So So you got the media, who is lackadaisical and reporting a lot of this stuff. Right. See, and that's what I was getting at. You know, in January and stuff like that, they weren't trumpeting all this shit on fucking on the news and all that stuff. You know, as a matter of fact, you know, you got Nancy Pelosi, you know, and even Trump, you know, it's like, hey, you know, he was kind of lackadaisical too, you know, until we knew what we knew. Now they want to go back and like roast his ass, despite being in the same boat and telling people to come down to Chinatown. And, you know, Pelosi was one of them. Cuomo was another one. But I noticed the media only kind of goes back on Trump from some of the stuff that he had said, but you know, we're all kind of taking it pretty seriously now. See, now I'm hearing some of the stuff I watched today. You know, it really involved Bill Gates a lot, man. And I always kind of had, as a capitalist, you know, I always had a certain kind of respect for him. Because how many people he had made wealthy. Does that make sense to you? You know, it wasn't, he's very wealthy. You know, he's one of the richest dudes in the world, if not the richest. But he made a lot of people wealthy around him that probably deserved it, you know, work and got to where they were and got the stock and the price of the stock, you know, to where it was. You know, so I always kind of respected him. But of late, you know, you know, what was the one dude that hung himself in jail supposedly? There you go, Eagles. See, that's the conclusion I'm coming to now, because I'm hearing a lot of dumb shit that this dude says. And I don't mean, yeah, I shouldn't say dumb. But a lot of this stuff seems to be fucking falling towards him, man. And I'm hearing stuff like they know, like for real, where this thing came from. And it's going to be released to the public pretty soon here. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about this, but have you heard anything about an internet shutdown? A 3-day internet shutdown. Now, I'm hearing stuff that they know who all these people are that are behind this. Yeah, me too. Last couple of days, Eagles. I hear that the Trump regime knows who a lot of these people are, and there's going to be some kind of internet shutdown for like 3 days. And after these 3 days, they're going to collect all these assholes, and they're going to have these 8-hour kind of like news broadcasts, you know, no doubt. And I hear they're going to have these 8-hour news broadcasts explaining everything. And every 8 hours, every 8-hour block, this block of information is going to be run on TV. So that'll be interesting to see if that fucking. I don't want the fucking internet shut down for 3 days. That'll suck. But I'm hearing this stuff was able to come out public because these people can't do anything about it. They can't get out of the country, or they already know. Oh, so you have heard that also? Yeah, I actually saw it. It flipped up on YouTube for me a couple of days ago. I just hadn't watched it. I did watch it today. Now, of course, the dude he's one of those UFO dudes, and I'm not really sure how you guys are about that, you know, because I don't think we necessarily talk about UFOs here. But this dude who's a little bit dominant in that area knows a lot of very important people. And he's been actually holding on to this information for a while, and they kind of let him say this, evidently, because it's too late for the guilty. Like, they already know, like, I heard a chick's name that's associated with Bill Gates that had a vial of this COVID-19. And I can't remember it. I probably should have wrote it down, but, you know, I'm too fucking fat, lazy, and stupid. And it reminds me an episode of my channel a couple of weeks ago, and there's this YouTuber, and his name's Icons, and he's ex-military veteran, and he knows a lot of people in the military. David Wilcox. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's him, Rogue. Yeah, you're right. I just watched some of him. Have you watched any of his stuff? Yeah, I think that's his name, Rogue. Wow. So you know the dude I'm talking about. Have you seen his stuff lately? Have you watched the same stuff that I've watched? Yeah, I think his name's David Will, the blonde-haired dude with the blue eyes. What a fucking crazy bastard, huh? David Wilcox. I think you're right. Hello? Anthony Fauci. Is it Fauci or is it XI? I thought it was XI. I could be wrong. It doesn't matter. Are we thinking of the same dude, Eagles? Explain to me a little bit of why you think he should resign. Because I might be mixing up names, because I really did watch a bunch of shit. I do remember that dude who was really associated with Bill Gates and a lot of those elite. Nathaniel, how are you, buddy? Right, he's like associated with the Gates Foundation and a bunch of other clowns. He's kind of like he's in the center of a lot of weird shit, right? Sorry about my nose, but as I keep talking, my nose buzzes and it itches, because I got such a big nose. And wow, it looks crooked. I get punched. It is crooked. What the fuck? I gotta fix that. My proboscis. Yeah, he talks with such a confidence about what's happening, and like I said, it reminds me of what Icons was saying on his channel. He's hearing through some of his military friends that there's a bunch of really big. I mean, not just the COVID virus. Like this is like a piece of it, a piece of the part. That there's a bunch of justice coming on a lot of these people like real soon. It's not Officer Tatum. Yeah, it's Icons. Icons is I think Officer Tatum's a ex-cop, or he's still a cop, maybe. I don't know. But that always kind of stuck with me, and I think I mentioned it on my channel, and it was a bunch of episodes ago, 3 or 4 maybe. I think Kim from Mexico was on here, and she was asking about some of the stuff that I watched, like Mark Dice, Officer Tatum, Icons, Anthony Brian Logan's another one I really like to watch. He has some kind of story either with Corey and you. Right, he was big on the UFO stuff. But they showed how during this whole Corona thing, the military like kind of went full active, man. Like the Air Force and everything, all these underground kind of cities they got running. Yeah, he did. He was naming names, man. Right. There's names here. I mean, that the chick I get it from, I think is oh shit, what is her channel? She was playing his stuff, and let me look just really quick, just so I can remember her channel clips. That just kind of popped up, recommended. Oh, shit. I think it's with an R. Resflex or something like that, I think her name is. Real quick, I'll try to be really quick. Risflex is her channel's name. RISS Flex. And that's what kind of pop-up recommended. See, I had a video that I watched the other day that doesn't show up in my history or anything. I kept trying to pull it back up, and I was unable to find it, so I'm guessing it might have got pulled. And it was a dude that got involved with the military. I believe he joined the military, and he was a really smart kid at the time. This was in the 90s, he was saying. And he kept upgrading, or I guess like every 3 months, 3 to 6 months, you can upgrade your clearance. And he wound up being a sample taker in one of these underground fucking places of the military. And just to make a long story short, it got so weird from him. Also, Rudy, when David Wilcock goes live on YouTube, he has around 30,000 viewers. No shit. Maybe I should subscribe to him instead of Resflex, huh? But yeah, he didn't. He seems pretty confident about what's going on with Trump and his regime right now and the bad guys. I don't know if you guys heard this or if you've watched this yet, Rogue. But he was making some claims that, and he mentioned the lady's name that is associated with Bill Gates and his foundation or something like that, that started this virus. And he also explained why it happened, that a lot of this stuff was coming, a lot of this justice was coming, and they're trying to avoid persecution. And that's why this virus was released. And the military kind of shit themselves for a little bit, and why they're in this mode right now, where they're running these underground cities that they've been building since back in the 50s or something like that. So, but I'm hearing that the bad guys were failing. This COVID-19 wasn't as deadly as they meant it to be. And this is coming from, and this is where I kind of believe it, you know, because Bill Gates is one of those there's too many people on Earth guys. And that's how we stop global warming, you know. So that's just, you know, how do you guys feel about that, man? I mean, the people that believe that there's too many people on Earth, what is their end game with this, you know? What do they fathom should happen to stop this? There you go, Rogue. That's good one. Now, I understand why we might think that, you know, but I don't think things are like well thought out. So when you got some clown like Bill Gates, who is a very powerful person, when you got that kind of money, and you believe that kind of thing, you know, what is the end game here? Is it releasing a virus that kills everybody? And then you go down to your fucking, you know, like fucking American Horror Story, the second to the last one. Yeah. What is that like? What kind of life is that? You know, things are pretty fucking good right now. I'm not talking about the coronavirus. I'm talking besides that. You know, life is pretty good. And if you're rich, life is really, really good. Why would you kind of make a world where you're just not as significant anymore. That's what what's the mentality behind that type of thought? Okay, let's say they wipe out everybody. So it's just you and Hillary Clinton and, Nancy Pelosi, and you're all going to fucking die in 20 years anyway. So the last 20 years of your life, what? Phil Schneider died in a deep underground military base. Who's Phil Schneider? Well, I guess I could look him up, But if you want to say who is, so I want to go a little further into what I'm saying. So let's just say you do that. Bill Gates, who is older than me, and all you guys, they get to. From what I understand, these places can hold like 60,000 people. So now the whole fucking Earth is wiped out. Basically, right? So you go down in your underground fucking cave or whatever, and the subs, I guess they back up into these ports. There's like 2 ports, and these subs, a hook, right? These nuclear reacted subs pull up to these ports, and they kind of like in Star Wars or Starship Troopers, and they just kind of latch onto the side of these things, and they give these underground places enough energy for 60 fucking years. So you are living and you're down there and you got all the technology and all kinds of shit that you need. And so fucking what? So fucking what? What? Why would you do that unless you're like just inherently evil or something? Boy, am I an idiot. Oh, Rogue Dog, that's hilarious. I mean, me, how stupid. Government killed Phil. Well, this guy that I was watching on YouTube that claims he was part of the military, he was part of one of these underground places, and he would just take samples, basically. And he said what got him to resign was the stuff that he was sampling kept getting upgraded, basically. And he said, the people that would monitor him knew his heartbeat. They knew if he would get nervous. All this stuff they kind of knew. That he said the technology down there, you would not believe. Scott Ziller, how are you, brother? Welcome. And that was one of his claims. And he claimed some really weird shit, man. Like almost like the Wolverine thing. Like they were mixing human tissue with titanium somehow, which would give people, kind of like breakless bones. And he mentioned something about aging, where they found some way to stop inflammation somehow, which stops you from aging, basically. He mentioned all kinds of stuff that the technology that they had. And he said this place was like fantastically beautiful and clean. And this was in the 90s. So he was 15, 20 years removed from this place. But he said what kept happening and what made him nervous. And he said every once in a while, because they did monitor his heart and everything as he was working, they'd walk up to him and ask him, "Hey, you all right?" Because, first it kind of started with animals. Then it would upgrade to like a hand, like a human hand. And then he would do autopsies on bodies, and he said what was making him nervous is bodies were showing up warm. They weren't even cold yet. So some people were just killed. And that's when he started like getting nervous and wound up resigning. And he says to this day, they still fuck with him about speaking about this shit, and they whoop his ass every once in a while. You know, the dude's like fucking crying because his life is shit, basically. He says he has stuff in safes at home, and they, because of the technology that they can use with satellites, they can see right through your house, see whatever your fucking combination is, steal his shit, you know. The dude says he gets fucked with to this day, you know. Hi, Rogue, I am running Simus chat. What? How do you do that? So anyway, I do want to talk more about this, but I do need to grab a smoke. I'm like slowly dying. I'm having trouble breathing, man. I need a cigarette, man. So excuse me. Oh God, my wee knees. Yeah, give me just a second. Go down, buddy. Yeah, I know I'm being to myself as I'm smoking my cigarette, but I'm not totally done with all the cuckoo bullshit that I've been watching, which I don't think is cuckoo bullshit. You know, I'm with Rogue, man. I'm believing some of this stuff, man. You know, I don't know if you remember, well, you know, the dude that hung himself in jail, supposedly. Obviously they fucking killed him, but you know, Bill Gates was involved with that fucking dude. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if some of this justice that's coming might be about that. You know, that hasn't. You know, that was always one of my pet peeves. Was like, how come we don't know more about this stuff when we aren't stomping these guys' fucking guts out? You know. So maybe it has something to do with that. I mean, would they be that evil to release something over the world to cover up their own wrongdoings? You know. So, riffraff. One of the things that what was his name, Rogue Dave? What is his name? Oh, Dave Wilcock had mentioned, and I had mentioned this many episodes ago about I think his name was the YouTuber's name was. He's really good too. He's a real reporter, and really popular too. He had this 10-part series. Yeah, Rogue. Rogue. I think I'm believing that now that we it is very possible that the whole world is going to witness real evil real soon here. One of the things that he had mentioned that Wilcox was that they're Satanists, man. And when you think about Bigfoot, alien, UFOs, Satanists, you kind of throw them in the same boat of, yeah, they're Satanists. Nobody fucking believes you. That's what's basically been done to all these theories. And you hear the word conspiracy theory now and you think, well, it's not true. It's a conspiracy theory. And if you just look at what conspiracy theory is, you're conspiring to do something. All you're doing is conspiring with somebody else to do something wrong, and the word conspiracy theory kind of gets thrown in just like with Bigfoot. And so as soon as you say conspiracy theory, it almost totally debunks any, facts or anything that come out. But this Blackstone News Network guy had this 10-part series on Satanists, and it fucking blew me away, man. And they, YouTube removed it. I cannot find them anymore. So when this David Wilcox spoke about a lot of these people, this deep state, this Illuminati, I don't know. It's just there's too many coincidences, man. With Trump and how they're trying to take him down, and he's trying to take down the deep state, all the persecution that's going on against him, and after that imploded, we got the coronavirus, and the dude that got hung in jail, that supposedly hung himself. There's just too many coincidences, man. It's just too many coincidences. Now, I don't know that these people are Satanists, but I find it peculiar that he had mentioned that they are Satanists, and that's this black. He wasn't saying Bill Gates was a Satanist. He was saying how these Satanists have infiltrated just about everything, the Catholic Church, you name it, politics. The one Republican politician that was actually prosecuted for this, which I never heard of, he dug up. I don't know, it was in the 80s or something like that under the Bush administration. Yeah, the 1% percenters. Yeah, I don't know, it was pretty fucking evil shit what goes on with these people and how they gain power. And that's basically what it was all about. The whole Satanist thing was achieving power through your life, Oh man, it was just it was fucking totally interesting. And they got me by the balls because I'm gonna keep watching this shit, Especially this whole Bill Gates thing, What the hell is that dude's name that hung himself in jail? What the hell is that dude's name? How do you say that, Rogue? Adrenochrome? What is that? I could Google it, I guess. I'm not totally dysfunctional, right? Google, what is adrenochrome?
According to Wikipedia, adrenochrome is a chemical compound with the molecular formula nona-carbon nona-hydride nitrogen trioxide produced by the oxidation of adrenaline.
Oh. Google's where does adrenaline?
According to
Shut up. Google, where's adrenaline? All right, that's it. Okay, let's try this again. Look at your Google. Where does adrenochrome come from? Ooh. Hmm. Hmm. Well, yeah, it doesn't really say that, and not that I don't believe you, because you got the whole. You remember that whole rogue? Remember that whole thing with Planned Parenthood when they went inside and they found out they were selling parts of aborted babies and shit to fucking, I don't know. They were selling them. So what the fuck? Do you remember that? Remember how quickly that quieted down? They infiltrated this place, and got them on tape. Epstein. How the hell do I forget that from Welcome Back, Kotter? Epstein. That's right. Oh, I'm going to get shut down for sure. I said them all. We said them all. We said Bill Gates. We said Epstein. In the chat, you said Oprah, and who else? Rogue Dog. You're going to get us all killed. Dumbs. Sorry about the dumbs thing. I still laugh at farts and all kinds of stuff. So farts are funny to me, Yeah, Epstein. So I wonder how much of that has to do with that dude and all the stuff they pulled off of his fucking gay little island over there. Yeah, I heard that's fucking huge over there too, man. And Bill's got his dirty little claws in just about everything. Who, not the WHO, but the World Health Organization. He's got his claws in like fucking everything somehow. I mean, because of his money, obviously. China, the WHO, the CDO, and you think about how lackadaisical some of their reporting has been on this virus stuff. I mean, we all witnessed it basically. Nobody has to wear masks, just the people in the hospitals and stuff like that. They don't need masks. It's not going to help us. It only helps the nerds. Ron, how are you, brother? Are you still working, buddy? You're a driver. Things still going well for you, I hope. Florida's on. How much of lockdown are you on, Ron? Is that nothing in and out of the state but you guys, or how restricted is that? Oh, good, good. So yeah, you're being safe and everything, taking those precautions. I've been pretty good so far. I go to Cleveland and back, and I stop at places on the way. I don't wear a mask. Oh, you haven't left the state. Do you normally leave the state, or has you been restricted to just inside the state, interstate stuff? Interstate. mean to pour another beer. Here we go, number 3. And you know what? I don't feel too buzzed, despite me not being able to say adrenochrome. All right, no doubt about that. Well, China, you know, I subscribe to Skynet News, which is actually an Australian news organization, and they're reporting a lot of weird shit that China did with them before this whole COVID-19, you know, like right before it, you know. Oh, right. Like, I can't remember it totally specifically, but some of these Australian companies were wound up being bankrupt because of some of China's activities. And it was like toilet paper industries, them type of industries, something that China did. I don't know if they were regulating their exports somehow or something like that. Well, anyway, China wound up buying a lot of these companies in Australia that were failing. It was almost like they caused them to fail during this whole outbreak thing and wound up buying them. And that was Skynet News. You know, it's pretty big news organization over there in Australia. So that's just a lot more bad that China's been involved with, you know, more power for them, right? Although I don't know, you know, I just saw a thing where they're seeing that China, they're digging tunnels in the side of the ocean. Was it in Taiwan or something like that? I can't remember. Building these underground bases, or this underground base that we caught them via satellite. We can see the opening. We saw them building it, digging it. And I'm still not worried about China as much as I think everybody else is, man, because we've been doing that shit since the 50s. We've been preparing for protecting ourselves for 60 years, man. Oh, did they? Well, that doesn't surprise. I think I need to throw another log on the fire. I'm starting to get a little cool here, but could just be the beer. But China, see, you know, the days. I see that, Ronnie. Oh, you made the wall of shame. Good for you, buddy. That is good. I do believe Trump when he says that we've got the best military in the world, and there's so many hints at that. Not just that guy that I was talking about before that says you just wouldn't believe the technology that already exists, that we already have. I remember during the Iraqi war, something coming out, a little bit of information coming out on our new camouflages. A lot lizards. And I remember specifically this camouflage that they came up with. And it was little mirrors. Whatever you were wearing was little, I don't want to say microscopic, but they were little mirrors. Your suit was just covered with mirrors, which makes so much, it seems so ridiculous now that I think about that. I haven't thought of it, which basically reflects everything around you. And, you know, when you're watching like Bigfoot stuff or something like that, you see these people where they catch predator type looking things in the woods. Has any of you guys seen that? Any of you four that are watching right now? Where you go on YouTube and it says, you know, I saw something lurking in the woods, probably titled, and it shows like a blur, like there's almost like a predator type thing, like from the movie Predator. And I do remember that we do have this technology when it comes to camouflage, and I'm talking single unit person camouflage, you know. Oh, you did see that. So you know what I'm talking about. People will be in the woods and they'll just feel weird, and here they'll see this like blur in the woods, you know. And I can't help but think it's us testing, or at least out in the field testing this stuff. Um, because that makes so much sense, because that's what it would look like, you know. Now it wouldn't work here, I don't think. I think you would see me, but I mean in a you know, guerrilla type uh, warfare, wilderness type warfare. I could see where that could work really well, where you would be basically invisible, and you know, you can tell from the people. You can tell from the people that are watching it that they can barely see it. They just kind of actually happen to accidentally catch it, you know. But I just thought that was cool as fuck, you know. I thought that was cool as hell. Um, I would like to actually see that. I would like to see that, you know. Yeah, that's right, Casper. Bigfoot is an alien. You know what? I was thinking though. I was watching David Paulides, and I love that guy. I love those. I haven't read any of his books. I should. Um, I've watched all of his stuff, heard all of his interviews. I really like that dude. He's a really cool dude, and he does base himself in facts, and I just appreciate that, you know. But we start talking about UFOs and Bigfoot and all that stuff. Um, I'm starting to think it's more us now. One of the things he said, and one of the things we all kind of say about aliens and all that stuff, is they have the greatest technology. They can wipe it out in a second. And I just, why do they covet? Why do they hide then? If they're so powerful, what the hell are they doing? Well, they're just coming here taking samples, and I mean, if they could wipe us out, I mean, are they good guys? They got to be good guys then, because they could, with their power, they could just wipe us out. You know, that's why I think a lot of the stuff that we see might be ours. Especially when if I hear about some of the technology that we have come up with over the last 30 years, I hear it blows us away. Like you wouldn't believe it. You couldn't wrap your, like David Wilkes was saying in one of his videos, you can't wrap your head. It's so, you'll be mind struck when you see the technology that we have already. So when I think of Bigfoots, when I think of aliens, when I think of the Phoenix Lights, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if it's some kind of cloaked. You know, that when you think we've been able to invent cloaking devices, you know, which kind of goes along with the camouflage I was talking about. But you know, a lot of the people that saw those Phoenix Lights come over their place said they couldn't actually see the ship, but they could see the outline of it, like it had some kind of cloaking advice, you know, device, not advice, but so that's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys remember, was it 97 or something that happened? Do you guys remember seeing that on the news when it happened? That was about the coolest shit I think I've ever witnessed, you know. Um, I remember the alien mob that lived on Ferndale, that scary bitch. The alien mom, did you mean to say, Ron? Who are you talking about? Did you mean to say mob or did you mean mom? Oh shit! I think I need to smoke again. Oh, oh! I missed it. I missed it. Yeah, cloning, man. That's weird too, man. So you know, along the whole cryptid thing, you know, I mean, if they're like the sample dude said, if the technology is so advanced down there and they have so much technology, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing like, you know, like the Fly. You know, are they teleporting yet or something like that? You know, you got all these missing people that David Pilates is talking about. Pilates or Politis. I think I have Pilates. You know, it makes me wonder if they've discovered teleportation or something like that, or at least they're experimenting on it. I mean, that's when I think of when I miss these missing 411 people, because of like the missing shoes. Sometimes their clothes are folded up neat, sitting on a fucking stump or some shit like that. Um, a lot of times they're like 30 miles away from where they disappeared, and it's like a kid that like couldn't even walk that far, you know. Because you know, one of his valid points is when you're in the woods, 30 miles away isn't 30 miles away. It's like fucking 80, you know? I mean, you don't walk in a straight line. You know, if you're gonna walk 30 miles in the woods, you're gonna walk like 50 or something like that, you know? That's right. That's right. They're fucking ninjas. They're wearing those fucking camouflage suits. How you doing, Tila? Good to see you, Butter. Glad you Butter. I just called you Butter. Oh, not bad. Not bad, this stuff. How you butters doing out there, huh? Yeah, the remote. I remember when I first heard about remote viewing, I kind of thought it was really cool. I think I lost it with the remote viewing thing. It seems kind of like hogwash. I don't know about, what do you guys think? It seems kind of like bullshit, you know? I could be wrong. It's good to see you. I'm gonna smoke. I think I need to put a log on the fire because I think I got cool, uh, and I'm gonna smoke. So I'll be right back. Ugh. Yeah, we need another fire. We need another log there. Fire log. Oh, for God's sakes. There we go. That'll do it, right, buddy? All right. Yeah, give me 1 minute. I'm screaming chair. I'll be right back. Oh, the remote viewers? Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, aren't George Clooney and Jeff Bridges remote viewers? Yeah, yeah, Bill Gates, man. Bill Gates might be a very bad dude. I cut the fucking grass today. It's like fucking 40 degrees out, man. I'm up there cutting the fucking grass with a winter fucking hat on. It's bullshit. You have to explain. I have to explain why I kind of wanted Mosh to come on tonight because of this whole Satanist thing, man. It like bugs me, man. It like, not eats away at me, but in T-Luck, I think you could kind of appreciate that from the they live conversations we had. Sure. Oh, anyway. Yeah, right. No shit, Rogue. They're all watching. But, I don't know if you guys heard this. I don't know if you guys watch Next News Network or anything like that. But, they caught Bill Gates talking about how, he basically wants to put a chip in our asses. And it like totally reminds me of, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, because I don't know the Bible, but I think I remember from Revelations taking on the mark. And I don't know how much you guys know about that, and that's why I wanted Mosh on here, was to talk about that whole taking on the mark thing during end of days, that whole thing. But that, how many people would do that, you think? Let's say this COVID thing, in 6 months they say, well, getting a chip is not going to cost you anything. We're actually going to pay you $3,000 to let us stick a fucking chip in your ass. How many people would do that, you think, for $3,000? Ah, well, that's a good one. I like that, T. That's interesting right there. That's an interesting thought right there. I don't know if I totally agree, but I see that side of it, man. Because that is a pretty important number when it comes to identifying you and that whole thing. Yeah, right. Think about that. You think how especially with the COVID thing, how we're gonna kind of print our way out of this. I don't know why I get the feeling if we were under a different regime, this thing would end very badly, man. If you're a non-Trump dude, I get it. I understand. Some people just don't like the dude because of how he talks and all that shit. But oh yeah, right. some people should never be in power. And I don't think Trump is one of them. And that's just me personally, that's my opinion. I actually think he's handling this whole thing relatively well, to be honest with you. Being a little more hopeful, and every time he mentions any kind of hope, you see the media fucking cracks down. He wants people to die, they'll do that whole fucking thing. And like they care about people dying, Oh, the care police. Those are the people that really eat away at me. And the media are huge on they're huge care police that don't care. That march death numbers onto our TV every fucking night. I don't even want to fucking talk about that anymore, to be honest with you, but I gotta pour another beer. But it'll be interesting to see the next couple of weeks here whether some of the stuff that David Wilkes says is true. 5G, you're right, Rogue. Ooh, that's a tough one. Mullins, how you doing, brochacho? What's going on? How you been, buddy? How you been there, pal? Oh, what? Egyptians did sacrifice. What did I miss? I missed something in the chat. Yeah, I think so too. If we can do 1,200, why not do $3,000 and look? We can fucking stick a chip in everybody's ass. Good. I'm glad you're good, buddy. I think I know people that would do it. I'm one of them freedom dudes. And I would never stick a chip in my ass. I'm not even big on tattoos, except for the one a buddy of mine took a needle and poked me in the arm, and I still have. Nice guy, though, Nice guy. Good guy. But, he was doing his tattoos to himself, and I just never big on tattoos or anything, never wanted to be cursed with a tattoo, That's how I kind of look at it, You feel a certain way at a certain time, and I just never wanted to do that, I'm not anti tattoo, though. I think some of them are fucking cool. But I think I always kind of, never wanted to be associated with something that seriously that I wanted a tattoo for it, Yeah, right on the dick lips, bonk, Oh God, that would hurt. Oh, Jesus Christ, that would suck. $5,000. Oh yeah. Yeah, Musk wants all kinds of fucking crazy shit too. Oh, Rogue. Who was that dude that David Wilkes mentioned? And he's like the Tesla guy for Black Ops. What was that dude's name? Do you remember? Because there's a dude out there that's doing a lot of this technology that they have underground, and the military, all this stuff. And this dude's like some kind of fucking wizard, man. But he's like a Black Ops guy. He does all the fucking underground military stuff for our military. Do you remember that dude's name? He actually mentions his name, which I was surprised also. Yeah, that'd be fucked up, man. That'd be fucked up. But, when I think about Bill Gates, how much larger of a carbon footprint do you think that dude gives this planet as opposed to me? No, I have a truck. We have a truck and an SUV. But I'm probably 40% better than your most efficient house compared to mine, just because I got a fucking wood stove. It does make fire though. It warms the planet. So yeah, I forgot the dude's name. He does say his name though, and I'm not a name guy. If he played a riff, I'd be like, hey, I remember that riff. If it was like a guitar riff, I would be like, oh, hey, I remember. I think Bill Gates should die before me. What do you think? My carbon footprint isn't that bad compared to his. How about that? All those elitists that want to lower our carbon footprint should just die, or like take themselves out, quit flying around the fucking world in their private jets and all that shit, and donate their money to, PETA or something. I don't know. What do you think? Because I'm pretty sure their carbon footprint's a lot larger than mine. I don't travel too much. I mean, I go to work and back, stop and get beer, get my smokes. I'm pretty fucking efficient though. I don't really like driving. I like staying along the beaten path. Even when I shop, I'd be like, well, do I really need to get that? It's not on my way. Of course, it comes to being lazy too. But yeah, Bill Gates should just take himself out and save the planet by taking himself out. How's that? Am I wrong? I'm not wishing his death or anything. I'm just saying, if he takes it that seriously, he should kill all of them, right? Everybody's that their footprint's too big on this earth. They should all go, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't wish their deaths. I mean, that Greta Thunberg or whatever, she sailed over here, right? I'm going to pull that up just a minute. Still can't see. It looks like a Miller thing. No, I don't think Bill Gates is in control either, dude. But people listen to him, It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I wouldn't mind having this in my fridge, man. When you feel like a portery type drink, this isn't bad. And it's, I am feeling an aftertaste just like your normal porter. So it's doing a lot of stuff that a porter does. It's hugging the glass. It's doing all kinds of great stuff. It's going down pretty good too. So I give it a thumbs up. Yeah, right. Look, T Lucky, driving down the highway. I don't know about you, and I think I've described this before. Maybe you weren't here during that episode, but just watch driving down the highway. Watch how people drive, man. People like being around other people in vehicles, and I never understood that. I was always all right, I see a group of people here, I'm either going to lag behind or I'm going to fucking pass them and get the hell ahead of them, and then I'll linger, Some people they'll drive 80 miles an hour and I'll be doing like 70 and they'll get behind me and they'll just sit there, Here, let's drive the next 5 exits right behind me. Why? Why don't you just fucking pass me and get the fuck out of here? I don't want you fucking behind me, Who does that? Does any of you guys? I hope none of you guys do that, And I'm talking like on a 3 or 4 lane highway. There's nobody else around. And you see him coming up, and you see him, and you're just driving, and you're like, okay, they'll probably pass me. Nope. I'm just lonely. I wanted to drive by somebody. This is the shit I like fucking witness every day on the fucking highway. And I'll look in the rearview mirror like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of here, you know? Scottzilla's, what did Scottzilla say he was doing? He was moderating Simus's stream or something. What did he say, Rogue? He was doing something. Yeah, beware sheep mentality, man. Beware it. Be a sheepdog, man. Be a shepherd. Do not be a sheep, man. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, the whole Satanist thing. That's what I was talking about, and that's the whole mark thing. By the whole chip thing reminded me of that. Take it on the mark in Revelations. Oh, God damn it! There was I had a fucking thought, and I think I lost it because I'm an imbecile, and I think I'm starting to get a little buzzed now. I've had 4. What the hell was that? It had something to do with Bill Gates taking on the mark. And I was kind of hoping Mosh would get on and explain that whole mark thing. T-Luck, are you big on the Bible? Do you know Revelations and what that's all about? I mean, I think I remember just a little bit that I think it was written that the Antichrist was coming down to earth or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And basically saying you kind of have to take on this mark, and everybody who doesn't take on the mark is going to be hunted by the people that take on the mark and killed. Something like that. But they're all believers and they'll go to heaven or something. See, I know there's a foundation there that I think I remember from when I was a kid. I don't know, but I forget a lot, you know. But it was something like that. So when I think of the whole stick a chip in your ass thing, it reminded me of that Revelations, that part of Revelations where the Antichrist comes and gives people a mark, almost like a number, like the Jewish number, like a stamp, and you'll live in paradise. You get everything you want. You just use this stamp and you go and get what you want, and everybody else has to be killed, though, or something like that. I thought it was. But if you take on this mark, you go to hell, I think, is the the price you pay, or you lose your soul, or and that was kind of an end of times thing in Revelations. But Jesus Christ, I think I need to smoke again. Dying here. Having trouble breathing, man. Need another smoke. I don't know what it is, man. I have trouble breathing. I smoke. I feel better. Right. Yeah, it would. So it was. I was close, right? Now, I don't know if you know this. Like in China, they have this social credit system that they're using now. One of these clowns wanted to bring it here. One of those Democratic candidates, I think he's probably Chinese, wants to bring that shit here, where if you misspeak, or if you jaywalk, anything you do wrong, this credit system like penalizes you. And there's people in China that can't fly because they were socially justice out of using their credit cards and shit like that. Some people can't leave like their fucking neighborhoods, you know. And this is the kind of credit system that this clown wanted. I can't remember the dude's name. He dropped out of the race, but if revelations were real, then why do we question why are they in such code? Yeah. T, you're gonna have to. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I don't understand the question. Revelations were real, then why are they in such code? Or is that, then why do we question why are they in such code? Is that what that's supposed to mean, T? Why do we question the revelation? So revelations is in like a code that is difficult to understand. Is that what you're saying, T? I mean, that's basically what you're saying is revelations is difficult to understand. It's not concrete, or it's nuanced, right? Somehow. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Just like the law book. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke. I'll be right back. Oh. Tim, I was never really like, what someone who is anti-Catholic. I was never a Bible thumper. But kind of over the last 20 years, I've become sympathetic to the thought of God, the people that believe that there is a God and that there is a discipline, and it's because I think I was kind of, I was pretty liberal up until a little bit of my adulthood, I think, but I think a lot of it was more laziness. I don't think it was critical thought, I mean, were you guys always critical thinkers, like growing up and stuff? I don't think well, I don't want to self-classify myself as a critical thinker, but I don't know how long into your life were you guys critical thinkers? That I find that very curious, because I was an adult before I did any real serious critical thinking, I think, where you kind of open up and you start seeing the real world and mature, Because I think I remember being as a teenager pretty anti-Christian, Catholic, Bible. I always kind of thought that stuff was kind of dumb. But I have to be honest that I think I based a lot of that stuff on just kind of being not disciplined, Trying to think of what I'm getting at here. I don't know, maybe I'm talking about critical thinking and I'm having trouble critically thinking, which is absolutely fucking hilarious. I'm making myself laugh. It's very quiet. We're going to hear my fire popping probably. Actually, it's not the fire popping, it's the steel expanding with heat is the noise that you hear, actually. That ticking sound. I don't know. Let me start with something. Ooh, wait a minute. What am I missing? I'm missing some conversation here, and I'm sorry. Okay, I'm kind of caught up. Yeah, my Stumbler and Stumbler's wife never forced any serious religion on me either, and I am grateful too. I am grateful too. Okay, my parents. Something like 21 million users lost phone service. Yeah, no shit, T. No shit. Yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, Google's usually my last resort. If I can't think of it, if we're bullshitting about something, I'm like, "Hey, was that dude that did this song?" And I'd be like, and I'll fucking, go to lunch or something like that, come back, I'd be like, God damn it, I'm gonna Google it. I can't fucking think of it. I mean, just like the stuff that was going on with cops and cop beatings, there's a certain percentage of cops that are probably bad, that are not good guys, and you're going to hear about them. I never asked Google shit. And I think about like the Catholic Church and what percentage of them are pedophiles, and if you ask any layman, any one of us, it's probably going to be a high number. But I guess in reality, it's probably pretty low. But we hear about it all the time. You know, those things reported, those things are harped upon. Obviously, it's not good, and I'm not pro that or anything. But there, you know, obviously there's bad people in every facets of everything. You know, there's bad veterinarians. You know, we don't hear about them because there's no political value there. But you know, there's a certain percentage of the population that's just bad. You know, and they're among us. And I think this kind of dawned on me just recently, you know, because you always hear about pedophilia and all that stuff coming from the Catholic Church, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty small percentage, you know. Oh, with the Catholic Church, right, right. But you know, the Catholic Church is big, also, and it probably doesn't take much to infiltrate them either, you know. I mean, what percentage of the government are pedophiliacs, you know? Right, schools. How many? Yeah, what percentage of teachers? That's a good point. Or pedophiliacs, you know, they like being around. You like being around kids. You know, you can probably fucking run some straight dude into the ground. Oh, you like being around kids? You fucking faggot, you know. Yeah, schools. You know, you name it. They're getting in somewhere. They exist. Um. So a lot of institutions get black eyes, I think. And I think the Catholic Church is one of them. You know, I don't think they breed um, pedophiles. I don't believe that. They have them, though. You know, I mean, and just like you know, our law enforcement, I don't think they breed bad guys. I don't think they're bred, and I think people when they hear a lot of the stuff they hear feel that way, even though they might not admit it. You know. Um, but there are bad cops, you know. But you know, a very large percent of them are very good and very cool, actually. You know um, how many law enforcement people you think are anti-gun? They don't want people having guns. You know, there are officers out there like that don't want have anybody else but them having a fucking gun. You know, those guys exist. Of course, that's not newsworthy. I don't think. But there's like there's I got a Christian guy on TV right now. Oh, but anyway, wow, it's fucking 10 after 1. Beer is good. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't know. I don't know. That's why we need Mosh here. What the hell? Where the hell's Mosh? Fucking Mosh knows the fucking Bible, man. Mosh knows that fucking Bible. That's for fucking sure. He was supposed to be my expert tonight. He didn't show up, and that's okay though. You know, what is it? Sometimes you ask guys to do stuff, and when it comes time to do it, you know, they're just going, "Yeah, I don't fucking feel like doing that shit," you know. And Mosh has got his own channel too, you know. But it would have been really cool to have him come on and talk some God shit, you know. God shit. Jesus Christ, I sound like a fucking idiot. But anyway, Where's fucking Noah? Noah ought to get on here and fucking talk some fucking Bible shit. He probably knows some stuff, right? You know, I think I've said this before. I don't fear being wrong. And that's one of the things that I want with this channel, especially if I'm having somebody on. I don't want them to fear being wrong. You know what I mean? I don't mean scared, like they're like, they're scared, but I don't, man, Yeah, I'm pretty sure it says that somewhere. I don't know. In passing somewhere, I'm sure it says that. But that is the kind of channel that I want to have. And I'm not talking about throwing mud and just saying a bunch of dumb shit that doesn't matter. But I do want people to come on here. It does say a lot of things, doesn't it? That share my sentiment. That it's okay to be wrong. You have to learn. That's how we educate ourselves in a certain sense. Is being wrong. Oh, God, I was thinking this before, but I'm not really so sure about it. That's okay here. That's what this channel is. And I who knows? Bill Gates might be some innocent dude. I know I heard the things I heard him say, and I don't agree with, but I could be totally wrong about all this stuff. I could be totally wrong about all this stuff that I was talking about with the David Wilkes stuff. He seemed pretty sure some of this stuff is going to happen by their by the information that they're presenting to him. So if I'm wrong, that kind of sucks, but I don't mind saying it, man. You can never be good enough. Oh, well, I don't mind that so much, I think that's about, obviously that's about like personal growth. In a capitalistic sense, it's about making more money, taking that next step. Don't you ever feel in your job that wanting better isn't a bad thing, I don't think. And I think that's what that's kind of about. It's got to be. It's that you don't stop attitude, which I don't think there's anything wrong with. Keep rocking. Excuse me 1 second. I heard a noise that baffles me. It's like somebody touched my fucking mailbox. Excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know. My mailbox makes this certain noise, and I just heard it, and it doesn't creep me out, but I did hear it, and I had to go check it, make sure nobody's fucking around. I don't want to shoot anybody in the face tonight. That'd be terrible. Having this great stream here. I'm not going to argue with that, T. Yeah, I'm not going to totally argue with that. But I can't, I don't want to, money's not bad. You know, if that's what you're saying, I don't agree with that side of it. That is true, though. That is where materialism and greed spawn from. It's one of the byproducts of it. Some people will never have enough of it, you know, and some people don't want anybody else having it. But I don't. Um, it's a human thing, not a money thing, right? T. I don't know. I could be wrong. You can debate me on this. You know. Yes. Yes, it did. Yes, it has. I don't know if it brought down Jesus. I do not know that, but I know it did bring down. Yeah, it brought down peoples. There's no doubt about that. But well, who made money? That's well, I know in what year was that? I know a little bit about that. Okay, you're not talking about the actual, like the paper money we use. Right, you're talking about golden coins and that whole thing. Because I know the word bank came from an Italian world, uh, came from the Italian word banco, which in 16 something, which means bench. And I believe in Italy, the whole paper money thing started with what they called a bench, and you would keep your gold or your wealth with this bank, and they would give you a receipt, basically. And eventually, this bench, this banco, I think it was, or banco, however the hell you say it in Italian, they would use these receipts as actual money instead of, so the bench would still be holding your wealth, but your receipt was proof of your wealth, and they eventually started using these receipts instead of the actual wealth. So I think that's how paper money was created. But the barter system, the what people think's worth what, that's a pretty big question where that might have started, because what is the real difference between bartering and the money system? You know, you provide a service for somebody, they pay you, with fucking deer meat or something. I mean, I think that there isn't much difference. And I wonder how long people have been getting ripped off. That's a better question, I think. Or is it? I could be wrong. But I think because we're human, uh, I think back again. It is a human problem. It's not a money. It's not money's fault. It's not gold's fault. It's not coin's fault. It's usually a human thing. It's always a human problem. So I'm not really sure we're looking at the right source of problem. I don't know. Oh, I love it. What a great denouement. What a great finish, T-Luck. I love that. Evil bastard. I just love that. It's just got a nice, bam, nice fucking punch right in the end, you got the complaint, and you fucking evil bastard, love it, love it, love it. Oh, that's funny. So I got 5 down. I got a pretty good buzz going on here. I must admit. I do not know the alcohol content. I don't know the alcohol content of the Yuenglings I drank. Can't be that. I had 5 down, and I'm relatively sober. I don't know. Sober, the V. Now, I don't think socialism, the people that believe in socialism, I don't think them evil. Me being a capitalist, I just think them wrong. I do believe that socialism survives because of capitalism, Right. Here's a valid point right there. Right. We live on flat Earth, Yeah, but I don't. But socialism is it's a softer communism. It's not very far away. And I think every socialist that comes out thinks, well, if I just handle it, it'll be better because I care about men, women, children, the elderly, minorities. There's like this political value people think they have, and their socialism is going to be different, and their communism is going to be different, and everything's going to be fair. And fair is a very real word that I think a lot of people really don't understand what fair is. And I think everybody's explanation of fairness is different. What is fair? I mean, this now. There's those of us that are working. There's people that aren't working right now. I'm not talking about Corona shit. I'm talking about people that don't work and get paid not to work. That's not fair. Tom Jasper, how you doing, bro, Chacho? I have seen that before, I think. Ann Coulter did the same, though, dude. But, I don't know, man. You see some dude running at you, he's got a pie, and you're at these, you got security and stuff like that, and this dude whoops past security, he's got a pie in his hand. I'm not scared of pies either. I guarantee you I would not react that way. Even somebody running upon me like that, I'm not going to react like that. But I think I have seen that. But yeah, it happened to Ann Coulter too. Her skinny little ass went running off the stage. Because she thought she was going to be harmed, but I'm guessing he probably thought the same thing. I don't know. I guarantee you I would not react that way, though. So I get what you're saying, Oh, Rogue, are you getting in Tom's shit already? Good. Tom, how you been, buddy? Are you staying inside? You staying safe, and you got your mask on and everything? Have you been good, Tom? Why do I keep closing this up when I know I just want another one? Okay, here's number 6. here is number 6. You know what sucks? And I realize that mentally, when I go to do a twist off, I'm thinking 2 different ways. I'm going to go aggressive. I'm going to twist this thing right the fuck off. And it comes weird to me sometimes. Sometimes I feel like I know it's just going to sit there and the meat of my hand is going to twist around this little knife of a bottle cap, because that's basically kind of like a knife. I mean, that'll fuck your ass up. Oh, look at my nails dirty. I need a pedicure. Or wait a minute, is it pedicure? What's pedicure? You cure children or something? I can't remember. Anyway, so you got to open that fucking bottle cap, and sometimes I can feel it, like the fucking thing is stuck on there, and you're gonna rip the fuck out of your fucking hand. And I know you're thinking like pussy right now, but it's weird how my thought process when I pull up to a bottle that I know is a twist cap, and I just, like just now, I'm just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. And it is a mental thing. It's not the manufacturer did not do that to me. I pulled up to it and I was like, I'm going to fucking twist your head off. And I do it, Jesus Christ. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. So it's me, it's not them. So I want to let you know that there. Oh, wow, that's going to be good. Bugs Prime, see that, huh? That good pour. Rudy did a good pour on his beer, yes. What a good boy. I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta smoke again. I'm getting like animated, so I gotta fucking smoke. Oh, that's good. That's pretty good. A lot of beer is good. I've noticed that through my trials and tribulations of trying new beers. Beer is made just like food. Food's made to like make you like it. A beer is made so that you prefer it somehow. Poor Thomas. And there's a lot of good ones out there. And this is pretty good, man. I'm digging it. And it finishes quick and it holds the glass. It does a lot of stuff that I really like. And it's got a porter in it. There's a porter mixed in there. It's got that nice roasted taste. Not bad, man. Not bad. Black and Tan is not bad. Okay, I'm gonna go smoke. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll be with you. God damn it. Have you guys been spotting Venus in the sky to the east? Venus has been really bright. It looks like this really bright, super bright star. It's kind of curious if you guys have ever seen it. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are safe. No corona shit. New shit. Because that'd be terrible. Now it's nice and warm in here, huh, Vinny? Vinny's fucking chilling on the couch, man. I gotta get Vinny out, man. It's been like all muddy and shit. I gotta get that dude out, man. He's fucking hurting. He's hurting to fucking get out and do something. He gets all whiny and stuff. I gotta wear him out with a fucking frisbee in the backyard, you know. Wow. Pretty good, nice, calm evening. Oh. All right, let me piss. For some reason, when I drink beer, I gotta pee all the time. Evil bastards. Make me pee all the time. There we go. Oh. Nice fine 78 degrees in here, but I'm not sweating. I think this beer is keeping me cool. Oh, my fucking Googles. Yeah, damn it. Jesus Christ. Oh, torture. Torture, Tom. Oh. Well, Scottzilla had a last in line he's playing. Fucking Dio. Good for him, man. Fucking Dio rocks, man. I have a soft spot in my heart for Ronnie James Dio, man. A lot of good fucking music that dude put out. I'm a Dio guy, man. You know? I'm a Dio dude. I really liked his shit. So let's talk about God. We're not done talking about God, are we? Tom, what's your feelings on God? You mind me asking? Are you a God dude? Were you brought up, Catholic, Christian? Oh, cool. So he's a guy? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as bad as everybody says, though. One thing about the stock market is, and you probably heard this before, they're usually 6 to 9 months ahead of everybody, unless there's, we have what we have, a catastrophe, But this kind of stuff has happened before. there's a saying in the stock market, and it's I forgot it. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah. Oh, there's nothing new under the sun. That's the saying in the stock market. You know, excuse me. That's a good one, Tom. That is a good one. I thought of it though. You see, my mind works. It keeps working. I don't know what that. Dallas Cowboys. You got a Dallas Cowboys logo. What the hell's up with that? Excuse me. They're one of my all-time favorite books is a stock market book, and it depicts like the first 40 years of a stock market operator named Jesse Livermore. I don't know if you ever heard of this dude, but it's one of my all-time favorite fucking books I ever read. You know. Right. Tom, you've been in here listening, haven't you? The Google thing. And this kind of, obviously, catastrophes have happened before, but this kind of panic, especially in the stock market, has happened before. I think in 1906, there was an earthquake that rocked not just the stock market, but there was a lot of deaths. I think it was probably California, or was it Arizona? California. And it rattled the fucking stock market, man, you know, at the time. And of course, you have the Great Depression, you know. The Great Depression, man, you know. Think about that. Think about what happened in the fucking Great Depression. And that was just kind of a stock market crash kind of thing, you know. I mean, this is nothing like that. You know, we saw numbers go up and down basically, you know. And it's not that people weren't pulling out of the stock market, because that has to happen to make it go down. You know, it is supply and demand. If you got a bid for a certain stock and there's 5,000 to sell and 3,000 to buy, it's going to go down, because that 2,000, you know, there has to be some kind of realism behind the numbers moving, you know. I don't want to say you guys all understand supply and demand and how that works. I'm just assuming there's a little bit of a knowledge of how that thing works, you know. No, I don't, T-Luck. You know what's funny? I'm going to pull it up right now, if I can. I check the smart. I check the stock market periodically, you know, throughout the day on my phone. It's just the you know, the stocks app on my app phone. You guys probably all have this, and it shows the Nasdaq, the NYSE, the Dow Jones. I like to watch my mutual fund for my 401k and the RUA, because I have a small stocks fund in my portfolio. So let's just see. CNBC. U.S. coronavirus deaths highest in the world, even as hospitalizations slow in New York epicenter. What does that mean to you guys? What the fuck have we been talking about this whole fucking time, basically? We did cease because we got into Satanists and all that shit. This is CNBC, the top stories. I'm going to read it again for you. U.S. coronavirus deaths highest in the world, even as hospitalizations slow in New York epicenter. Or epicenter, sorry. And from the Washington Post, here's another one. Stocks have been swinging wildly for weeks. Here's why they often don't make sense. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense why the fucking stock market has been swinging wildly. What do you guys think? Why would the stock market swing wildly over the last couple of weeks? Does anybody know? The Washington Post knows. And if you read this article, they'll fill your fucking crack in. Oh, this year's stress test for big banks is real, okay? Axios, the coronavirus is sending public transit into a death spiral. A death spiral? CNN says, Walmart CEO says we're in the hair color phase of panic buying. Okay. Asian markets were mixed as Wall Street braces itself for first quarter earnings seasons. You may or may not know this, but some companies are going to wind up doing well through this whole thing. That's right. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one from Fox Business. Coronavirus and retirement. Experts for... Okay, here a minute. Let's see. Oh, I don't have any more. So I can't go into some of the stuff that I was talking about, but I would watch the market. And as the market was going up, guess what CNN and CNBC were reporting? Bad news. That's right. We're not really sure why the market's going up, because the death count, it just keeps going up. That's what the fuck these clowns were reporting the whole time, that somebody was smart, was buying, or was finding a value in the market, and they're fucking buying shit, Oh, for hundreds of years, probably 1,000 years, it's still my favorite. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Rogue. It is. And it's tough to have a restaurant, man. It just is. Like we talked about in other episodes of the Rudy G. Funk Show, I don't want to say disparity. Your costs are so high. You really make a lot of money on like beer and all that other shit because your food doesn't really make you too much money, So you need people in buying drinks and doing all that stuff and sticking around, Yeah, T-Luck, you're right. And that's why I'm really pouncing on this fucking human thing rather than, because I heard, what was it? AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she's harping on this Corona's killing all the black people or something like that. I can't remember what the fuck she was saying, but it wasn't long before that was going to come out. 44. How you doing, brother? How you been? Just found out my sister friend's brother has coronavirus. Please say some prayers. Well, that's terrible, Thomas. He's going to be okay, though. I was reading down the list of. Boy, you're good at that, Noah. Jesus Christ. Sorry. So I would watch how basically the news would totally promote the market dives in the stock market, and they would totally dilute any kind of good day or anything that the market would provide for all of us. You know, I don't know. Does any of you guys got how many of you guys got 401ks? Well, good for you, Mullins. Yeah, Louisiana, I hear is going to kind of get hit pretty big here. How you doing, Noah? Are you washing your hands, pal? I hope you're washing your hands. That's supposed to be Noah, right? Good. I'm glad you're doing good. Oh, hey, Noah, you want to come on here and let's talk Revelations? You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'll send the fucking thing in the chat. Let's talk some Revelations here, buddy. Well, I'll send it out. See if you want to come in. Okay? You can come in here, brother. Because I know how to do that shit, dude. Because a Mosh man taught me. The Mosh man taught me. There it is. You missed it. We were talking about God and all that shit. I don't mean all that shit. I mean what's happening. Oh, cool. That's cool. That's cool too. Well, hey, yeah, good for you, Noah. Good for you, buddy. Yeah, that's fine. All right. We're breaking into the other six-pack here, baby. Mentally, I'm going to take this head. I'm going to rip his fucking head off. Yeah, it is. It's all mental. If you approach that thing like a pussy, you ain't going to fucking get it off, man. No pussies. Oh, it's pretty good beer, though. Pretty good beer. I'm digging it. Yeah, we got on all fucking kinds of shit tonight, Noah. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. You know, I've been stream hopping all day. Hey, have you guys watched any of these celebrities that get on and they stream on YouTube? Their shows are fucking garbage, man. It's like the playing field got leveled somehow. You know, the whole YouTube community. I was watching Ellen. You know, they were showing her YouTube feed on CBS. I don't know which fucking one it was. And I like Ellen, man. You know, she's pretty cool. It was garbage, man. It was fucking garbage. I was so fucking bored. I shut it the fuck off. Like, I'd rather sit in fucking silence, man. You know. It's just funny, like when they don't have like fucking 50,000 fucking producers behind them. Not that Ellen isn't creative or anything, but you know, this whole thing just kind of nipped everybody in the fucking butt lips, and nobody knows what the fuck to do. You know. Although I don't know if you guys have seen it, the Cuomo brothers. The Cuomo brothers will get on, and it's fucking hilarious. You know, there's something about a brother's quarrel that I really appreciate. You know, having a brother myself. Hopefully, you have brothers too. And the Cuomo brothers, you know, the dude from CNN, I can't remember. You know, got the dude from New York, and his brother is the dude at CNN, I think, or CNBC. It doesn't matter. It's all garbage. But when they get on together, it's fucking hilarious, man. Because they like fight like brothers, you know. And I kind of found it entertaining, you know. Poor Tom. Chad, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Is that your first chime in here? You played just suck by time. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I can't see what he's doing. I'm on the computer. I get them fucking squares, man. Oh, you know what that means? I'm having trouble breathing. I gotta go smoke. Excuse me a second. I'm just gonna. Kim gonna just lurk now. I'll see you around, Kim. Just those bottles. Assholes. Anyway, it's good to hear all you guys are doing well, and I figured you guys would be. Everybody's doing relatively well through this whole thing, so keep a cool head, man. You know, keep a cool head to this whole thing. That's weird. That's really weird. Oh, that's quiet. It's almost 2 o'clock. Jesus Christ. I did not know that. Wow, I'm a hotboxing this motherfucker, man. You know what's hilarious? I think I smoke more when I'm on my stream than I do normally, you know. I don't know, there's something about the chat. I like to let the chat flow a little bit. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm probably dumb for doing that, but maybe I'm not. I tell you what though, um, that whole internet shutdown thing would be really fucking interesting, man. You know, if the internet shuts down for 3 days, I will expect to see that. It's still getting me. Wow, yeah. The way that David Wilkes dude sounds, um, they know who all these people are that started this whole thing, and justice is going to be served. So if he's right and the internet shuts down for 3 days, man, that shit'll be coming. And I can't help but reflect again on what Icon said that, and that was before the whole coronavirus thing. Is this shit's coming to a head, and they got a lot of people, man, that are pretty bad guys that are coming to justice. So, sorry, that was a double cough there. Got to wash that dude down, but I don't know. I guess that'd be pretty fucking cool, man. You know, um, like I've been harping on with the whole Epstein thing. You know how little we heard of that. I mean, that's fucking huge, man. The Epstein thing is huge, and how it all kind of fucking ties in, man. It's I don't know. There's a lot of bad people in power, man. You know, a lot of bad people in power. You know, hey, T Luck, is T Luck still there? T Luck, let me know if you're still here, buddy. If he's not, that sucks. You know what, man? 8 Camel Toes is who he is. T Luck, thanks for chiming in, bud. I see you there. I just wanted to go off of what was happening here. I don't know. I feel like I know Scottzilla, man. You know, I think I kind of got Scottzilla's pulse. Does that make sense to you when I say that? And I think Scottzilla is very volatile, and he says, weird shit sometimes. He says, he drinks hard liquor. So, right off the bat there, sometimes he just gets fucked up, man. And when you get that fucked up, man, you say some derogatory things, and I never held anything that Scottzilla, and this is not an I'm better than 8 stream here. I'm just saying I never held anything against Scottzilla when these things would happen. I always kind of thought I appraised Scottzilla properly, that he's emotionally volatile. I don't know how else to say it other than that, but I like Scottzilla. I think he's a fucking great dude, man. But I have to go back on, you enter the TTC, or the trash talk circle, center, whatever it is. And people are going to fucking pounce, you know? So I don't want to say I feel bad for Scottzilla, but that shit's going to fucking happen, you know? Some people are just watching everything you say. If they don't like it, they're going to make videos about it. So that's fine. You have to, when you enter this realm, that's going to happen. You know, there might be a video made about me because I don't like all the shit that we were talking about tonight. You know, we were talking about a lot of controversial shit tonight. So, but what was T-Luck? I wanted T-Luck for a certain. What the hell was that? And I forgot. And I'm not going to Google it. Yeah, I think you're right, Mullins. They take it a little too seriously, but they're the people that don't take things too seriously, which is odd, you know? I'm going to have to piss. I'm going to have to. Too many beers. Excuse me 1 second. I'll probably fart while I'm pissing too, so listen for that. God damn it. I gotta scroll up the chat because I forgot why I wanted T-Luck. What was it? Fake Thomas. Oh, What the hell was it that triggered? I heard that too, Mullins, about the I heard 10 seconds, actually. Who drinks every stream? God damn it. What the hell was that? Something triggered me, and I needed T-Luck in here, and I hope I'm not wasting your time there, T. Ooh, and Bjorn from Sweden has an announcement about live streams. I'm gonna have to watch that. Was it Epstein? Oh, I thought it was. I'm thinking it was something about the 3% that I was talking about. How there's bad cops, there's bad Catholics, there's bad veterinarians, which don't get reported because nobody fucking gives a shit except PETA. God darn it! I think I ran myself over with my own car like Tommy Lee, you know. Oh, son of a bitch. I'm not going to Google it. I can't. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But my cat's feet look funny because they're all in a row. And they're white. That clown is dead. Listen, Thomas, putting down the hammer. Death to him. Oh, T-Luck. See, I'm glad you're here. No matter what we talk about, I'm glad you did. Yeah, they might have like fucking Microsoft his ass back to the island so they can, touch children or whatever the fuck, touch each other's junk over there on fucking Gay Island over there. Oh, that's hilarious. Those fucking clowns. Those fucking evil clowns, man. You guys heard about that Pizzagate too, haven't you? You guys, what was up with that Pizzagate? Weren't they like luring children or something into this fucking pizza place and like touching them or something? And these were, I think there was like Clinton involved or something. There's like guys that were close to Clintons that were involved with that or something. I'm not laughing because, pedophilia is not funny. But I can't help but picture, the scene from JFK. Remember that with what the fuck's that scene? They got the fucking they got the wigs on and shit. What's Joe Pesci and they're having this like party, one of those elite parties, and they're all touching each other and going ooh and fucking Tommy Lee Jones, right? Joe Pesci and Tommy Lee Jones. See, this is where I miss the Stumbler because we laughed so fucking hard at this part in JFK where they're wearing their wigs and they got one of them fucking elite parties where they're goosing each other and shit and Jesus Christ. Oh, I miss the Stumbler, man. Oh, the beer is good. The beer is good. Yeah, what a coincidence. No, and the video footage got destroyed. It's almost as if everybody that has something to do with the Clintons dies for some reason. I'm not really sure why. It'll be all right. It'll pass. Oh, the Clintons. Wow. Okay. You five. I got 5 viewers now. What would happen right now if Hillary Clinton was president, do you think? You guys, even if you're a Hillary Clinton supporter, let me know what would be happening now with this fucking corona bullshit that's going on right now. Anybody got any ideas what would be happening if it was not Trump in office right now? They whacked his ass. Okay. That's a good one, Rogue. That's a good one. I like they whacked his ass. Maybe. You know what's funny? That David Wilkes talked about? This little virus that they set upon us failed. So if there's any kind of fucking hope, it was supposed to wipe out all of us. And they failed. That's the way Wilkes put it. That's how he put it, is they failed. And it was weaker than they thought. Now it spreads real quick, like they thought, but it's not as devastating as they thought it was going to be. And he was, talking about Gates and the foundation and all those fucking clowns that are associated with that, he named some names, but he kind of said, the good guys won to this whole thing, which should give you guys some hope, I think, if you believe a lot of the stuff that we were talking about tonight, that all these bad guys that want population control and all that stuff. All these people that, I don't totally want to get into abortion, but I don't know. How do you support that? Like, hey, that's a good idea. We should kill our children before they even fucking have a chance, And I'm not totally anti-abortion, but Jesus Christ, who the fuck gets on stage in Hollywood and says, thank God I killed my child, that I have the successful career that I have. This is what we have going on. Television. This was promoted for I don't know how many million, or I don't even think who watches it anymore. But that's a valid point, Rogue. Very valid point. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, because I was always using the flu compared to the coronavirus, but what a fucking valid statement there, T. I like that. That's a valid statement right there. Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Love it. Lyle, love it. Okay, we're going to do a good pour here, fellas. There we go. We got our big ass glass. Do it. Bam. Those last drips, I just love that. Gives that some color, Thomas. Yeah. I did find that interesting. And I always kind of compared the flu to the coronavirus, but that's a valid statement right there, And that's another thing is what a coincidence. There's all kinds of diseases that are coming down this year alongside our coronavirus brethren, So talking about padding the numbers, if you die from heart disease, you're no longer being counted as a heart disease victim. You might have had corona, which is inflammation. So you blur everything that's fucking going on with this whole fucking coronavirus thing. And people will shit themselves, because there are people out there shitting themselves because of this whole fucking thing, So let's say you got heart disease and you die. If you got coronavirus, they're going to count that as a fucking coronavirus death, because people are noticing the flu deaths are starting to go down. Heart disease deaths are starting to go down this year. Cancer people that have cancer are starting to go down this year. What a coincidence. Like a rogue. There you go, buddy. Yeah, someone for that fucking kid shit that gives us our adrenaline. There you go. Oh, I don't know, dudes. It's a very strange time to be alive, man. I must say that. But you know what, though? The bad guys are losing. That's what's great about this whole evening. Of all the stuff that we're talking about, the bad guys are losing, and that's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty fucking cool. The bad guys are losing. I don't know. I like to think of myself as a good guy, you know? Shut up, Mosh. God damn it. I didn't mean to do that. Fucking stupid mouse. So, a lot of stuff is being exposed right now. You know what kind of you guys recall all these leaks that were coming out with Trump once he got in office? All these people were leaking stuff, you know, and it wasn't like horrible or anything like that. Ultimately, the stuff that they were leaking, other than some confidential stuff that maybe we shouldn't have heard, um, but it wasn't all that terrible. I don't know. Something tells me that Trump's on the fucking scene, and he's kicking ass and taking fucking names, man. That's what it seems like he's fucking doing. Yeah, right, right. This diplomatic immunity that these people have. I don't know, dude. As as the opposition, when I hear these people talk with the arrogance that they talk with, um, it's going to be nice to see these guys go down. And I hope what I heard from David Wilkes is right, and that these people are going to fucking go down and they're going to pay, you know. And I'm not saying kill them or anything like that, you know. How are you, Brandon? Good to see you, buddy. I'm just saying, justice needs to be served. Things need to fucking change in our government, man. You know, I think a lot of people felt, a lot of the Trumpers felt that way, that things needed to change in Washington. We're not going to survive that way. But I think a lot of people that were non-Trumpers are kind of seeing, I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing very well. Somewhat of, and I'm not talking about what's coming. I'm talking about the years documented since Trump's been in office. I think the public has had the opportunity to see who a lot of these fucking people are, man. And I'm not saying you're dumb because you didn't see it yet, because some people are so blindsidedly crazy, just want fucking Trump dead or something. You know, I don't know how else to say it. They just hate the motherfucker. You know, I never hated Obama. You know, he's a socialist. I never hated that dude. I never wanted that fucking dude dead. But there are people out there that want fucking Trump dead. And most of them are elitists, which really fucking cracks me up. You know, that's scary, man. That's scary because there's a lot of powerful people out there that want this dude gone, and they're failing. That's what cracks me up, man. That's what I love about Trump. Is the dude fucking wins. You know, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's Catholic. I don't know what his end game is. I think maybe his end game is, after all the great presidents we might have had, I think he wants to be the best president ever. To be honest with you, that's what I think his end game is by the time he's done, he wants people to look back on him as the best American president ever. That's what I think is his end game. Somebody tried to poison Trump. Am I forgetting something? So I'm not really sure what that means, Brandon. Like I'm mad, or my state of Ohio is in red. I thought we were in the purple. I thought Ohio was purple. Are we not purple? Ohio is an important state. There's no doubt about that, Brandon. But I'm not necessarily sure what politically they classify Ohio. I always thought it was kind of like I know it was important, but there's a lot of Trumpers here, man. You know, when I drive into PA, there's a lot of fucking Trumpers there, man. Which is what I don't want to say surprises me. I don't. One of the things that David Wilkes said, which is something that I have always said on this channel ever since Trump got elected, is a lot of people value the dad mentality that Trump has. And I don't know necessarily if that makes sense for the four of you out there. And it's not nothing against women. I think it was more of a, yeah, ooh, I'm getting in trouble here. I think what? Oh, yeah, Brandon, yeah, I know. And that's why I said purple, because blue or red, red meaning, yeah, I think county-wise, we were red, but you add Cleveland and Columbus. Well, maybe Columbus might be conservative too. But they might have classified us as either way, which is why they call it purple. And I know what you're saying, Rogue or Brandon. Oh yeah, he definitely won Ohio. Yeah, Ohio loved fucking Trump. He won Michigan too, and that was that was a blue state. Trump mauled his opponent. He mauled him. Yeah, these days I don't mind being so pro-Trump, man, to be honest with you. I just fucking like the dude. I every time I fucking hear the dude, I think I like him even more, And all this stuff that we watch, like on YouTube, you see these clips of him being like a fucking jerk to the reporters and stuff. A lot of the stuff I've been seeing lately is he's been pretty fucking cool to them, I kind of like that. Even people that want him dead. He in the face of reporters that want to destroy him. All right, let me say it that way. There's this ease, this calm, this confidence in front of them that I just really appreciate that. Who knows? Maybe it's because of all the stuff that we've been talking about, all the stuff that's coming. If there's anybody that's been calm with all the stuff that's been going on now, it's been Trump. and I'm going to go smoke because of that, because I just said that. I've kind of always liked Trump, to be honest with you. I liked him on The fucking Apprentice. I've always fucking liked the dude. I always have. Running for president, I never thought, well, he's a jerk now because he's fucking running for president, which a lot of people did, I think. He can't run for president. He's a businessman. I don't know. I think they have, Rogue. I think they've been, well, yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. They haven't been set straight. They've been put in their place, though. They've been put in their place. And I think a lot of people, yeah, I heard that too. I heard that too when I was smoking. About an hour ago, Joyce, I thought the mailbox closed. I looked out there and didn't fucking see anything. Yeah, I'm gonna wind up shooting somebody in the fucking face tonight. I'm fucking telling you. Somebody's fucking around outside and it's fucking pissing me off. Just in case, I get killed or something, or stabbed in the throat by a spoon or whatever. Anyway, what I was saying is, I always kind of liked him. When he ran, I was a Ted Cruz guy, so when he took Ted Cruz out, I was pissed, man. I was pissed for a while. But I think things might have happened for a reason. And I like Ted Cruz, and he does a lot of fucking great shit for this country, and I mean that. And maybe he's better where he's at. Because I think Trump has been handling everything very well, I must say. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to shoot somebody in the face. Yeah, see, my wife just went to smoke. We peek our heads out the sliding glass door. My wife was just smoking. She's like, I think I hear something outside. So I'm gonna go smoke, and I'll be right back. So hang on here, hang on, because I'm still having a good time. I don't want to be pro Trump guy all night or whatever, Because I do have my little differences. I do. Oh, I'm gonna have to piss too. God damn it. God damn it, beer. Well, I don't hear anything now, but the last time I smoked, I was hearing something. Hearing something weird. Okay. Oh, that was delicious. But anyway, I don't want to turn this into a fucking Trump rally or anything like that. But something about the dude. There's something George Washington about him, you know, and that's one of the things I've been saying for a long time is we need that George Washington in there to fucking, you know, stomp our fucking troops onto some kick-ass plane where we whoop ass, you know. And I think Trump's that kind of guy, you know, after everything's all said and done, especially his experience. You know, he's a beast, man. And his end game is so much different than everybody else's end game. And I think that's pertinent to everything we were saying. You know, what is everybody else's end game? You know, what's Bill Gates's fucking end game? You know, he wants to control population, for God's sakes, you know. We need a fucking freedom rider, you know. We need somebody that understands us. And when I hear him talk, I feel like I'm hearing somebody that is us, you know. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Uh, like he doesn't want to be king, you know. George Washington does not want to be king. He likes the foundation of this country. You know, I dig that. And you know, before you go saying, well, slavery was, you know, the slavery thing, you know, yeah, there's when he said he wanted to infiltrate the deep state and get rid of that fucking shit. He wanted to drain the swamp, you know, which was his exact words. Um, I'm all about that, you know, all about that, which is why the whole political environment really came at him so strongly, but they didn't have anything, you know, which is fucking hilarious. They don't have anything on the dude, you know. So is it a power struggle? In a certain sense, it is a power struggle, but it's a different kind of power, I think. You know, it's not an Enron, you know, central states where we're just going to make it suck for everybody somehow and steal all your money. It's not nothing like that. It's a good power, right? I mean, because you know, power has different facets, just like cops are bad, cops are good. Most of the cops are fucking really good um, officers, and they do what they're supposed to. You know, the dude gets shit fucking taken care of, man. The dude does shit. He does. That's his high. You know, like I'm drinking my beer. You know, right now and doing this stream right now, and I'm having a fucking I'm having a good time. Trump's is it's a different power. And I think I'm kind of rationally kind of coming up with that right now because I'm trying to explain myself. Why do I like him? And I think that helps explain that there are some people that should never be in power, and there's some people that there are some people that should never. Should I say which one did I do? Okay, there's some people that should never be in power, and there are some people that should have that kind of power, the ability of that power to free us in a certain way. I don't know. Because everything I get from him, even with I'm not big on tariffs. Let me give you one example of what helped me move towards Trump, and I'm totally against tariffs and taxes and making things more expensive. But he had to tackle this because of all the regimes before him with China. He kind of had to do this. He had to like fucking trump them, Right, Rogue. You're right. You're right, dude. He he does a lot of stuff that I wouldn't do because I'm not. I wouldn't have done that with China. I'd be like, oh, I got my beliefs, and I'm not going to do tariffs or anything like that because then the American public has to spend more money. But it had to be done. He did what it took to break China up a little bit, because China had so many advantages over us because of not tariffs. What do you call it? I lost it. They had lots of trading ability with us because they would basically the inflow of Chinese product coming into the US or into the US was cheaper than the stuff that was going out, which is basically China had tariffs on the stuff that we exported, and we didn't have any tariffs on the stuff that they were importing. So this was kind of everything that's kind of happening now was a part of China. All this cheap stuff coming to the U.S. and all this expensive stuff that was going out. So that's kind of if you know supply and demand, that's bad, So an influx of monetary value basically is happening with China for a very long time. If I'm not mistaken, China even admitted, like, I can't believe you guys were doing this shit for so many fucking years. I can't believe you guys were such idiots. It's basically what China said to Trump. And Trump's like, well, fucking no more, dude. Your shit's gonna be more expensive, which is anti what I'm. It's what I'm against. I'm against tariffs. I'm all about freedom. But freedom wasn't taking place. And Trump figured this out, that is not freedom to have this influx of cheap materials and an export of more expensive materials isn't going to work well for us. So I kind of came around to that with the whole tariff thing and what he did with that. And it kind of took him to fucking do that, So that impresses me about him, the stuff that he is like, okay, that's it. It can't be like this anymore. It's like the principal in a school that realizes everything's fucked up and it just can't fucking be like this anymore. And that's what's happening with America now. And we need to ride this fucking horse that Trump has helped provide for us, And he lowered taxes, which is, Jesus Christ, the people that are against lowering taxes, that's something as an adult that I just don't fucking understand, man. That's one thing that just really fucking, if I had a pet fucking peeve, for you to have more of your money in your pocket, that just, you can give whatever you want to the fucking government. If you make $1 million, you want to give $800,000 to the government, you can fucking do that. There's a portion on your taxes, you can do that. Nobody does that, but they're anti, cutting taxes. That just fucking kills me. Nobody does that. A lot of rich people give to charities, which gives them tax benefits. It's like, so when I hear somebody that comes out and that's like against cutting taxes, it's always usually like the Nancy Pelosi's, and there's less flow going to the government. That just fucking kills me, dude. I mean, why would you not want more of your money? I just don't get it. Who does that? Who advocates, I want to give more money to the government, but I'm not going to? You could have voluntarily fucking done it all you wanted all your life if you file taxes. But you advocate. See, it's obviously well, you'll pay more taxes. Somebody else will, Right. Exactly. And I hope it's their own money. I hope they're not printing it, because if they're printing it, that's bad too, What's that old scenario, Rogue? You four that are in here. What would happen? I was talking to a good friend of mine at work about this. Why don't they just print money and give each of us $1 million? Does anybody know what would happen if the government did that? If they just printed money and gave each of us $1 million, we're all millionaires instantly. What would happen? Think about that. I know what would happen. I'll do a little description of what might happen. Because I'll tell you one thing. If I had $1 million, what would I do? Well, I probably want to buy, I'm going to be conservative, right? I got $1 million. I'm going to go get one of those $500,000 houses, and I'm going to keep $500,000 in the bank, right? So I'm going to go to a real estate agent, and I'm going to buy one of these $500,000 houses that 50 other people wanted to buy for $500,000. And what's going to happen? It's going to move the market value of a $500,000 house up to what? I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine if everybody had $1 million, what $500,000 would cost. They would no longer be worth $500,000, correct? I don't know. I don't necessarily buy all that stuff, to be honest with you, Rogue. I know China has a lot of capital into America, and there's a reason for it, America's better than everywhere else, man. Why wouldn't you buy into that system that is the best in the world, But back on the $1 million thing, is all you're doing is moving the decimal point, right? And this has been tried in other regimes, not in America, but in other countries where they make their money worthless. So basically, if you did that, if you made everybody millionaires, because they just print money, right? Everything has to be attached to something realistic. It has to be, or your economy's going to garbage. That's where it's going. It's going to the garbage if you did that. And that's why they don't do that. And they know that, you know. So what do you do? Let me explain the 80s to you again. Okay, I'm going to grab another beer. Let's explain the 80s to you one more time. And you might grasp why that's never, hopefully will never happen where, and it sounds terrible that of course I want everybody to be millionaires, right? I'm not a jerk. Ooh, I went too feverishly. Dribble, dribble, baby. Everybody remembers the 80s boom, We all understand the 80s boom. And I have gone into great detail what happened in the 80s and why the boom existed. Because Ronald Reagan was cutting taxes, and Paul Volcker, the head of the Federal Reserve, was raising interest rates. Okay, so I'm going to start with that. So when inflation was a problem at the time, before Reagan got in, and what inflation is, it's a dilution of the dollar. Basically, your dollar is not worth what a dollar is. A dollar is not worth a dollar anymore. It's worth 75 cents. So that's basically what was happening before Reagan got into office. So Reagan cut taxes. I know that shocks and disturbs you, a Republican cutting taxes, but so he was giving people more of their money. Now, Paul Volcker, who was head of the Federal Reserve, didn't necessarily like that. He thought, in a certain sense, that giving people more of their money was causing inflation. And I think it was M1 or M2 that he was watching. He changed his perspective on the growth of the dollar. Basically, there's a couple of pardon my eyeballs. There's a couple of gauges there that quantitatively gauge the monetary supply in America. And they started using this. He did change things a little bit, and he was starting to use this, and he thought inflation was going to be a huge problem because of what Reagan was doing. He thought if Reagan was giving people more of their money, that inflation would occur. So what he did was he started making money more valuable. He started raising interest rates. So if I give you $1, basically, if I give you $1 and I raise the interest rate of the dollar that you can borrow, that made that dollar more expensive. And I hope the three of you understand kind of what I'm talking about here. And that's how almost simple it is when it comes to interest rates, how they reflect the dollar. There's many things that reflect the value of dollar, but that's a big one, the interest rates, because, and it's very simple. If you borrow $1, you're going to pay $1.03, or you're going to pay $1.06. And you see, everybody knows how that happens, right? You're paying back a larger value of the dollar that you borrowed. But if you take inflation into consideration, and this is what Paul Volcker was kind of doing, inflation was like a huge problem. He wanted to fucking curb that. Inflation was like at, I don't know, 12% or 18%. It was like ridiculous at the time. So between Ronald Reagan cutting taxes and giving people more of their money, Paul Volcker was raising interest rates and making that money more valuable just by raising interest rates. So I kind of hope everybody understands what I'm talking about here, why this boom happened, and why, there was a savings account that were yielding like fucking 12% and stuff like that. So that's kind of what happened in the 80s with Reagan, with Volcker, from a outside looking in government perspective and trying to heal the economy. Of course, you had what happened, in '87, which was, Black Friday. All that stuff happened, and the stock market is going to it's going to test elasticity. Everybody, I don't know if you guys know what I mean by elasticity, which means the dollar's going to stretch so far, like a rubber band. The rubber band only has so much stretch to it before it's going to fucking break. That's kind of what happened in '87. Is these years with Reagan and with Paul Volcker was like fucking huge. It was so huge, and it broke out a lot of the last 20 years, or the 20 years after that, almost into the Clinton administration. A lot of valuable dollars went out and created shit. What was I talking about? I don't know. Wow, it's almost 3 o'clock. It's almost 3 o'clock, and Watch Live Now, South of Heaven 88. Who the fuck's that? Shout out CBC Doom Crew. Crimson Skies is a biatch. Interesting. So anyway, that was my money. That was Money Night with Rudy G. Funk right there. The beer's good, though. I'd still love to get Mosh on here. Is he streaming now? Oh, let me check. Oh, he is streaming now. Oh, he's jamming. Okay. Hey, Tom. Watch what I'm going to do. Thomas. Jasper. Jasper's butthole. All right, let's see if he. Thomas Jasper is a butthole. Tom's on Mosh's channel, so I wanted to give him a. I love him.
My Cowboys family's live. Rudy's live. Zilla's live. Simon's live. Brando's live. Doom is live. Fucking ESHL TV or whatever is live. Fucking. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of people. Fucking a million people fucking live. Sleto's live. Everybody's fucking live at the same fucking time. Yeah, Randy Rose with Brian, yeah. 63, 71, what's up, man?
Well.
Yeah, Eric got over there.
There you go, Rogue.
Like I said, everybody's live at the same time. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you know what, Rogue, though? China doesn't scare me, man. In my heart, I believe that we're so far ahead of China technologically. I think some of the stuff that we see where they're digging their holes now and they're getting their bases set up underground is just, a survival type thing. I don't think it's I don't know if you remember the Clintons. You guys remember this in the Clintons? We had one of our aircraft went down over in China, and the Clintons didn't retrieve it. I don't know if you guys remember that. They let the Chinese kind of absorb this flight that went down, and it was one of our high-tech planes. And there was a big thing about it. I don't know if you guys remember that. Well, I'm starting to trust them a little bit, Rogue. To be honest with you, starting to trust them a little bit. Why did I see a Noah quote there? Did I see Noah chime in for a second? I don't know. I thought I saw 44 or something, and it went off. God damn it! I gotta piss again. Excuse me.
Somebody show me some love. Let's drink. We done that for free live. No one was donating anything. We did that for free live. Eric is still that credit card that runs Super Chat, it runs Cash App, it runs PayPal, bro. I make crazy faces. It's just what it is. I'm not good for like. It's like you're like getting into it. You're like, it's like.
How's Mosh doing? Mosh has got 17 fucking dudes, man. Vinny, Mosh has got 17 dudes watching him. All right, well,
Man, what are y'all doing? It's a thumbs, man. It's a fucking thumbs. It's a fucking thumbs. It's a fucking thumbs. Hit a button, 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 hit a button. Come on, do it. Hit a fucking button. Hit a fucking button. I think music's doing something. What do you mean?
all right, let me smoke. I'll be back. I don't want to keep. Yeah, I don't want to trump Mosh's stream. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna shut down. I'm gonna get on Mosh's stream. I know he's rocking and he's playing his, but I'm gonna throw a few questions out to him and see if he answers them. So. Yeah, you're right. It is 3 o'clock. I've been going for, I don't know, 3 something hours. What is it? What's the count here? Anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. I had a good time, and I'm not done with this by any means. It's this, whatever's going on is going to keep coming, and we're going to have lots to fucking talk about. So I appreciate, Rogue, that you saw a lot of the shit that I saw. That's cool. That's cool, man. I do appreciate that. But yeah, I'm gonna sit, hang out, and have a beer, and I'm gonna fuck with Mosh on his stream. So yeah, it is after 3. So I am done. God bless you guys, man. I hope you guys are safe, and I'll see you guys around, man. Now we're gonna do it again next weekend. So I don't know. I might do a Tuesday cast. I might be off Wednesday, so I might do a Tuesday night cast. So God bless you guys. I hope you guys are safe. And I will see you soon.